What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the RAD Cast. I'm Andrew DiMolanta. My friends call me Rogueleader.
And I'm Nicki DiMolanta, and everybody calls me Dimmy.
You know, it's been a while because this chair is not right.
Show has.
I'm lazy. Sorry. Hello.
Yeah. It's always like, you want to do it today? Okay. Well, maybe we do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes.
Well, it's like doing the yard. I don't want to do it, but
I'm the type of person that's like, let's just fucking do it and get it over with. That's my philosophy.
It's also when you do this.
Not that I'm trying to get this over with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, but like it's like you know when you have a show that you have some fans that tune in almost every time we do this. Still like baffles my mind, but then it's like. We have no topics. We have no producer. Because, like, if we had, like, a producer just give us topics, it'd be easier to do. But, like, coming up with ideas for the show is, like, what do you want to talk about?
I mean, I could.
You want to be the producer?
I don't need a title. I've had, like, a thing on my phone where I just have, like, topics. And I'm like, hey, we could talk about this.
Is PLD available?
It's not that serious. I do love PLD, but I don't think it's that serious.
Hey, man, he's good at producing shows. He produced Ben Bateman's show for a while. I don't know if he still does it.
Guess what? I'm not paying anybody. So, it is what it is. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I used to put like little topics in my phone, but then the problem was we would look at the topics and be like, I don't know how
you could talk about that for an hour.
I mean, there's plenty of shit to talk about right now, but there's a lot of shit that I just don't want to
talk about it.
Like, there's a plethora of things to talk about.
We just don't want to go down that route because, it's a sore subject.
Sure. There's a lot of shit to talk about right now, but I don't think this is that kind of space.
Yeah, nobody wants to tune in and listen to us ramble on about that. It's just like, what more can we add to the conversation other than what everybody's already said?
Well, I'm not even just talking about, the elephant in the room is the election. And there's plenty of other shit going on.
Oh yeah.
Lots of stuff going on.
Hide your kids, hide your wife if you're a CEO.
Wow. Don't get us on a list. I didn't say anything. No, I mean, even apart from that, there's plenty of stuff to talk about, but it's just not the right forum. Yeah. So instead, I will just have imaginary arguments in my mind as a way to vent it all out.
Oh my God. I do that all the time.
Oh my God. Because there's so many people that I'm like, there are certain people in the world and even our lives that I want to sit down. I want to hold them hostage, friendly, hostage,
Corner them into a conversation.
A chill hostage situation where I make them sit down and I have a PowerPoint presentation.
Listen.
Where I give a TED talk and I'm like, you're not talking until I'm done talking. Mm-hmm. I need my words to go into your ears.
But what about this? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this.
Mm-hmm. I want to prepare a PowerPoint presentation on multiple different topics. Mm-hmm. I could think of at least 3 topics off the top of my brain that I could absolutely go wild on right now.
Oh, yeah.
And talk for a long time.
Let me guess, one of them is Tydirium.
4 topics. I guess. I'm fucking still not over that.
You're not over that.
Hey, man.
It happened to me.
I couldn't even do anything. If I was your coach, your manager, and I was in the room, it would have been fucking on. And you're all lucky that it was on Twitch with no replays. So you can absolutely S my D. Oh yeah, 4 topics, I guess, because I'm never getting over that.
That bitch is in New York now with his family.
That bitch.
What is he gonna do? Fire me? He ain't watching this.
He's never gonna see this, and nobody's gonna send it to him either.
Yeah. Whatever, I love your question.
Whatever. What I'm really trying to say is he said Tydirium, and you can clearly see it if you look at his mouth at the replay. That's all I'm really trying to say. That I've said it a million times before. I'll say it a million times again. Suck my dick. Suck my whole dick, because we all know. Oh my God. Oh, you just triggered me. my God.
Oh man.
That PowerPoint presentation would be shorter than the other ones, but I would still make
the
my point.
Tydirium one.
It would
just be a recording of me going Tydirium.
It would be a much more abbreviated version.
Yeah.
Oh no, I would cite other examples of things that I thought were don't get me fucking started. It would get me on. If you started me on that, I would start branching into other things.
I think we talked about this.
Were fair.
I'm pretty sure we talked about this because the year after the Tydirium situation, I think there was an actual rule in the rule book.
I think there was something
about it.
Very related.
You won't be asked to spell anything. You'll be asked to repeat yourself. And I'm like, that sounds like like they wrote in there because something happened to somebody.
Yeah. It gives me so much anxiety when you do that.
Sorry,
oh my God. I do not know why. I can't explain it. Yeah, no, I would, I'd go on a tirade of other shit that made me mad. But you know what? That's beating a dead horse. We've already talked about that a bunch.
Yeah, there's another one I know that I just don't want to bring up because we're not allowed to talk about it.
Oh, whatever. I didn't sign a NDA.
Well, I don't want to out certain people.
I do. I do. It's been
because there's multiple people.
The statute of limitations is up, brother. It's been years.
I'm not shitting on. There'd be multiple people that we.
I would love to talk about that one speed round that never made it to air.
Ooh, spicy. Who are we talking about?
Oh, there's only a limited number of title matches that I'd be mad about.
We've told people about that, but we want to say who we told. But
I want to tell more people about it.
Certain people know.
Mm-hmm. I may forget some stuff from time to time, but the things that are in my head, they're not fucking leaving. There's my brain works in mysterious ways. A lot of Star Wars knowledge has fallen out of my head.
Oh yeah,
but
I don't care anymore.
Yeah, well, no, I do think it would be fun.
I care, but I don't care enough.
Somebody mentioned. Let me veer away so I don't keep on talking about Schmoedown shit that I'm still mad about. But somebody mentioned on, I think it was the Schmoedown subreddit that still exists, and every blue moon people actually post there.
It's been like 2 years, almost 3 years now.
What is time? But like somebody posted about Adam and Marisol getting engaged.
Oh yeah, congratulations, guys.
They're not fucking watching this. Okay, I love you, congratulations, but they're not fucking watching this. But they posted about that, and then somebody was like, "Oh, don't you think it would be fun if maybe once a year?" Like people have lamented on how they miss the Schmoedown, and I do too.
I do to a point.
Not studying, but the vibe.
Yeah.
I do. I genuinely miss the Schmoedown, with all my heart. I do. It's just that I don't miss studying, and I
don't miss competing. That's
part
really
of me misses competing, and then other part of me absolutely.
I miss winning. Winning is fun.
I miss saying questions. I miss saying answers to questions that were correct in front of people, so that my hard work was actually worth something. But oh yeah, no. So I missed the Schmoedown, and people were like talking about how they miss it. And somebody was like, "Oh, but wouldn't it be fun if like maybe once a year they had like I don't think they used the word exhibition, but they were like if they had just maybe they meant like a free for all because if you just had a match, it would just be two people. Yeah. But they were like, wouldn't it be fun if they just had like some kind of event once a year, even if it was something that was productive in that maybe." They allowed Streamlabs, and then anything raised would go to a charity or something, which I'd be down. That'd be fun.
I wouldn't compete though. I get two answers. It was like a general free for all with like general movie knowledge. Ugh.
I've seen probably 12 movies in my life, 11 movies in my life.
All of them Star Wars.
Got that right. Well, Home Alone and Home Alone 2 this time of year too, baby.
Oh yeah.
But I do think that that's a good idea, and I would love to see that. I would, general movie knowledge, I'm out.
Keep that.
I think it would be fun. I do kind of wish that we could do like an annual,
like get together,
stream, whether it because PJ's ass has a whole slew of questions that were never tapped into. I think he's
actually still doing something trivia related.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I see him post on Instagram every once in a while of like, oh, trivia something. I'm like, still doing that?
Cute.
I mean, he's putting
he's got
talents to use. Yeah.
He's still got questions, and he worked his ass off along with him and his team, because I know that at one point it expanded to beyond being just him.
Yeah.
But I think that would be fun. I think it would also be fun to, even if it was just a Star Wars thing once a year, maybe around May.
Yeah.
Or something to commemorate the anniversary every year. Because we were talking about it the other day, kind of whatever the other day means, months ago. I don't fucking know. But we were like, we still have questions in our decks that never got answered. They never got answered, or the questions never got asked.
Yeah.
And I know that that's true for us. It's probably true for the other competitors too. So I think it would be fun to, sign into the old Quizlet after however many years and just start asking people shit. But I know that they're maybe not 100% of the competitors, but probably some of the competitors probably wouldn't want to do it because, number one, nobody's fucking studying. We've all been there and done that and pass.
That's not coming out of the drawer.
Nobody's going to study up anymore. And also, I might know a guy or multiple people that wouldn't want to, have a poor showing and then almost tarnish their legacy. And I know you're not the only one. Is your hand in frame? Not really. No, kind of. There it is.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to, like, I just don't want to put forth the effort, but I know me. And it's like,
if you're going to do it, you want to do it right.
If I'm going to do it.
Because I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Star Wars, I think I'd be, no, you know what? I would want to do well, and we'd be coming from different places from it because you'd be coming from your place as a lifelong fan. You fucking got the belt. Great for you. I'm so happy for you. I'd be coming from the place of, shut the fuck up.
What? I'm waving to it.
Oh my God. Shut the fuck up. I'm not bitter. I'd be coming from the place of if we were to do a thing and I forgot everything because I kind of have, then you just know there'd be people coming out of the woodwork being like, see, this bitch doesn't know anything. And it's like, meet me in the ring however many years ago. And I probably would have crushed you. Especially if you're like an audience member, because come on. But
it's, it's weird because like I would watch certain, like, because there were like copycat leagues and I would watch people because like what's his name, Luke and his buddies from Padawans. They have a show on YouTube for a Star Wars podcast, and they were holding some sort of like tournament that like all of our TikTok friends competed in, and I was watching a couple of them. And granted, there were questions that were expanded because they did all of canon, so like the TV shows and stuff. Yes. And then like when those questions came up, I'm like, wow, good for you guys. Because I didn't. I knew sort of what they were talking about, but I didn't know the answer fully. But then it would get to like the movie questions, and I was like, one of those were like
kind of lowbrow.
Yeah, I was like, guys,
not any shade, but like when you compare it against some Schmoedown questions that we had thrown at us.
Yeah, because like especially when it's like it's set in the movie and it's like right in front of you. It's like guys, I've seen this movie like a million times. How did you not get that?
Yeah.
So it's like, and all these people respectively have like a wealth of like the knowledge of lore and all that stuff. But then they blank on like an obvious like quote. I'm like, it's this.
You only have so much bandwidth, I guess.
And then they also they don't know the game really well because it was straight up just a copycat of Schmoedown.
Right.
And like they'd forget the game and like, oh, you can go to multiple choice. It's like, and they forget to go to multiple choice. Like, well, there's the 2-point steal.
Strategically, whatever. But
it's like, comparing, those people to like what we did, it's like night and day.
Well, the questions just got so stupid in the Schmoedown that it's hard to compare against those types of questions. When the majority of your question, when it gets to the point that like half of the match is shit that you see or hear on the screen, and the other half of the shit is you're not going to get this unless you research.
Yeah.
Not said in the movie, sometimes barely even seen in the movie.
Yeah. It's alluded to.
It just gets kind of fucking dumb. But yeah, because I just know that coming from where I came from, I was just thinking about it the other day, how somebody like, I remember at one point somebody said that I was ruining the division because I came in as a person who wasn't a lifelong fan and whatever. That would be where I'd be coming from of like, well, I wouldn't want to do it because I wouldn't want to do poorly because then they'd be like, see this bitch, and I know that you wouldn't want to do it because then it would be like tarnishing
what I accomplished
exactly
in the Schmoedown. Yeah.
So, but then I know that there are people out there probably, Oh, I'm not gonna name names, but I know there's probably people out there that be like, I don't fucking care. I think it's just fun to talk about Star Wars and say space words.
That's 100% Alex. He doesn't give a shit anymore.
At this point,
I think he's like at the level of us right now, and he's never really cared enough about it to where it's like, okay.
I think at some point he did.
Yeah.
But then at some point it became like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. And just kind of reached that point
where
it's
fucking like, Alex Damon. It's like, I talk about this shit every fucking day of the week. So it's like
my literal job.
Yeah.
But I do think it would be fun, and I would wholeheartedly love to be on the desk. I would love to be the one asking the questions so that I don't have to feel that
Maybe we
stress.
Host and we get everybody else to answer the questions.
I know how to say the words.
Yeah.
That much I can offer. And I could offer some support on challenges if people need, rulings on challenges. Another sore subject for me is challenges. I never really challenged very often, but the one challenge I made, how many times got fucked.
Can we count how many times I actually challenged?
I will not be able to do that off the top of my head. We would have to go back and watch.
No, I challenged with my first match with Laura.
Doing this right now.
Then I challenged against Scrimshaw. I challenged on Tydirium even though I knew it wasn't gonna help. What else did I challenge on? Challenged on 5150. I challenged. Obviously.
The challenge heard around the world.
Yeah. I think I challenged another time after that.
I believe you wanted the challenge during that speed round that never made it to air that I was referencing from earlier, but...
No, I tried to challenge on the speed round against Laura, my second go around with Laura.
And they told you that you can't challenge speed rounds, which I think was a stupid as fuck rule.
I never understood why you couldn't challenge in the speed rounds.
I get not challenging in the moment.
Yeah.
Because
but after
time
the
is
fact,
of the essence, but after the fact...
After the fact, it's like, come on, guys, do you want to be right, or do you want to just like...
Why are those questions untouchable?
Yeah. I never agreed with the not challenging in the speed round. That was the dumbest rule I've ever heard. And I think I might have challenged one more time after that. So I might have had a total of like 4 or 5 challenges in my entire career.
I can remember like 2 of mine off the top of my head. I like almost challenged one time and then I was like, don't worry about it. I think that was against Ross. But in our match, I had a challenge that really fucking got
that didn't air. Yeah.
Mad. Never aired.
Never aired.
And
we talked about it.
Oh,
I don't know why they didn't leave that in. We talked about it.
Because it would have made
who gives
them look bad.
It was such a great moment to have.
Yeah.
On the last Star Wars match ever. Why don't you keep that in?
And also because the question that I challenged was way harder than the replacement question.
Oh, yeah.
And I got it right. And I never got credit for getting it right.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It was like it was Lecture Bacento versus the other one. I forgot the other one already, but yeah. Vibro something.
I forget which one I actually said. But in any case, that question was a bajillion times harder than my replacement question. That was a repeat question that I was the one that got. Anyways, we said all this shit before. Schmoedown. I don't know how we got into why we were talking about this.
I don't know.
But anyways, no, I do think it would be fun to have like
at the very least like a yearly stream. Just bring on people and just talk about it, reminisce.
Because whenever my brain has been changed from the Schmoedown. Like anytime I watch shit, I just think like, ooh, that'd be a good question.
We've been doing that because we've been like watching Scrubs nonstop.
We've been watching a lot of Scrubs lately.
And we'll pause it and like right before the answer comes up, we're like, hey, what does JD say here? Or if I'm in the other room, I come back and like you'll ask me something. I'm
currently rewatching Home Alone and Home Alone 2 right now for the purpose of writing down Schmoedown style questions that I'm going to hurl at my parents on Christmas Day. And I just know that they're going to shock me with how much of them they're going to get right.
Yeah.
Because my mom starts watching that shit
in November.
Every year. Every year. Like if she calls me or I call her at this time of year.
Yeah. It's on.
She'll joke and be like, I'll give you $1 if you can guess what's on the TV right now. And I'm like, why do we do this still? Because we both know the answer. But Yeah, I think it would be fun. I don't know. It would take a lot of coordination.
Yeah.
From
and
people.
Just like schedules
Yeah.
is probably what was holding everybody back. And like, I don't know, just the purpose of getting everybody together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I miss it. I do.
I do and I don't.
Parts I don't, but a lot of it I do.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of potential that just kind of fell by the wayside because of all the circumstances of everything that happened.
If one or two things would have gone different in the last, it could have gone at least a season or two more.
Mm-hmm. But also, pandemic didn't help.
Yeah.
So that definitely hurt.
But like,
everything.
I know that like Christian didn't like the digital format. It's like digital worked.
It worked.
It worked.
It just has to be handled differently.
Yeah. If they would have gone a hybrid live or digital, live and digital, you would have saved on a couple of things, and they would have been able to make like stretch it out another season or two. But I don't know. I think it ended at the right point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, like what now though? Because I don't want to talk about the Schmoedown the whole time.
We can talk about what I finally got you to watch.
Oh, all right.
What are you thinking so far?
He finally has...
I literally forced you to do this.
Coerced me into watching Arcane.
Oh,
I have watched 3 episodes.
You're 3 episodes in.
Thus far, 3 episodes deep. Mm-hmm. The condition was that anytime we sit down to watch it, he has to rub my feet for the entirety of it. Mm-hmm. Which you've been doing for the most part.
I have.
I mean, there are times when you're grabbing my foot and you're doing something, and then like something happens and your hand just goes real still.
Well, because it's a big moment.
Like, that wasn't part of the agreement.
I want you to fully focus on what's happening on the screen, but like...
It's,
I was hoping something would hook you to keep watching.
Well, okay. I don't necessarily want to spoil anything if there's anybody that happens to be watching and
Spoiler
also
if you haven't watched Arcane.
hasn't watched Arcane. I mean, I don't really have many spoilers to tell yet.
Yeah.
I'm only in 3 episodes.
Oh, yeah. The 3rd episode pops off. So I forgot that you have to get at least... Because, I know how much you hate. Like, you got to get through the first season.
Know.
But, like, Arcane, you really have to, like...
You got to get to episode 3.
Episode 3 is where it, like, fucking pops off.
I agree.
So...
Because the first episode, I was like... Okay.
The fuck are these kids?
Yeah, well, because it's like these 4 misfit kids.
Yeah.
Violet.
Yeah.
Sister, Powder.
Mm-hmm.
Blue hair.
Mm-hmm.
Pink hair. And then their 2 dude friends and accomplices. Mm-hmm. Milo and the other one, whatever his name is. The one with the glasses, the big guy.
Yeah, goggles.
The goggles. And they do crime, but like noble crime.
They're from the Undercity. They're like, poverty. And
they just got to get by, you know? Like Han Solo at the beginning of Solo. Yeah. You just do what you can to get by, even if it's
it's a job. You got to steal shit to sell on the market.
Bitches got to survive, in this economy. But they're doing their jobs. They're committing crimes, but like, stealing from the rich kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound so bad at this point. But
privileged rich folk. And
then they have a coworker, you could say. Mm-hmm. Acquaintance, Vander. Big guy.
No, he's not a
boss.
At that point, he's a crime boss, basically.
Crime boss, and he
like kinda, a rival. What's the word I'm looking for? Another like underground like mob boss type deal that's not on their side,
but in more of a position of power. Like he kind of has his bidding.
He's a guy in power that like is against. He's just like a faction leader, basically.
And he owns a bar or whatever. And
no, that's the Vander.
Does he not?
Oh no, I'm thinking Silco. Vander. Yeah,
I don't even know who that is.
You know what Silco is. He's the guy with the eye.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. The guy that kind of looks like Tarkin a little bit.
Yeah. You said Vander and my head went to Silco. No, Vander, he owns a bar and he's sort of like the de facto leader of the underground, basically. Like he's like the beacon of hope or whatever.
I like him.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything. So yeah, they do a job. Mm-hmm. Powder kind of fucks it up because she's young. Mm-hmm. Doesn't really have a lot of hours in the crime world. Yeah. She needs to kind of build that up.
Yeah.
And Episode 2, I don't even fucking kind of remember what happened in that one. But like, there's Inquisitors. What do they call themselves?
Enforcers.
Enforcers.
Yeah, basically police.
Police, but like crooked police. Like
yeah. As everything in a.
And they're trying to find the kids.
Yeah, because they need to be like people.
They want to be apprehended.
They want to have like somebody take the fall basically, because like they need somebody to, because like ever since the job went bad,
right,
and like blew up Jace's apartment, everybody's scared and like, oh my god, what if they
is Jace the guy that wants to do magic, but everyone's like, don't do magic?
Yes. Yeah.
He's like, but it's my passion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So they need somebody to take the fall, and like, and Vander's like, no, I'm not doing that to my people, especially since it's his kids, quote unquote. So
right.
Yeah.
Right. So what kind of, I guess you could say, hooked me is
What
that
kept you in
like
it?
what's kept me in it is the foot rubs, but also I feel like everybody can kind of, not everybody, but I feel like a lot of people could relate to Powder easily.
Yeah.
Of like, sometimes you feel like you don't belong.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel like
You keep trying, it never really works.
yeah, you never really do well enough. Everybody's always doing better than you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And everybody's felt that way at some point, I think. So she's easy to relate to for, I think, a good amount of people out there in the world. And so I was just kind of like, well, I just know that Powder's going to become a badass and start,
She shows flashes of it, because I think in episode 2 they're in that arcade and she's doing the gun game, and
she does it like really
bullseyes
good.
Everything, and she's like
Foreshadowing, I'm sure. But I remember that part now.
I love the expressions in the show, like the very minute little animations when they do reactions. They're like,
yeah,
it's so like
it's very expressive.
It's very expressive, but like done in like a undertone type of way. It's not like in your face, like, because like it's animation, it has to be sort of overdone, but not
sure.
But it's done so subtly. I love
that it works.
Yeah, there's so many moments in the show that they do that.
But yeah, I was like, no. At some point, Powder's gonna prove herself, and she's gonna be like, "Yo, get fucked. I'm good at fighting too, and I'm good at crime, or whatever." And then episode 3 happened, and I was like, "Oh,
no."
So it's gonna happen just in a different way than I thought it would." So
I think you're gonna enjoy the rest of it, because like I said, episode 3 is really where things take off, and the characters sort of like get pushed in the direction where they're supposed to go, because the next episode is a time jump. So it's
in
like
the future.
In the future, it's like 10 years later, basically.
Word.
So they're all the characters that you.
And then you come back.
No.
From the time jump.
No.
Oh, you just go into the future and stay there.
You stay there. Yeah. It's not like a non-linear type of storytelling. It's just like, okay, this many years later.
Okay.
This happens. Like you find out what happens to Vi, and where Powder ends up.
Spoiler alert! I already know her other name.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Reddit
Jinx.
did that for me.
Yeah.
Which it's not. I don't think that's really a huge spoiler.
They kept referring to her as a Jinx. I'm surprised you didn't like put 2 and 2 together earlier.
Well, I mean, just because you call somebody something doesn't mean that that's going to be their nickname forever. I mean, it happens, but it's not a guarantee. Jinx. It's very easy to say that in hindsight is what I'm trying to say. When you already know what's coming, it's easy to be like, how did you not see that coming? Like that's easy to say in hindsight.
Yeah.
But now I'm kind of interested to see, now that I know what happens at the end of episode 3 and how what I thought was going to happen seems that it's going to happen, but will happen just in the other way that I thought it was going to happen. Now I'm anticipating another kind of conflict. And I'm curious how that's going to go down.
Show,
because there's no way it's not going to happen.
That is one of the biggest reasons I really love the show. It gives you, you think, not that there are twists, but it gives you certain conflicts. And like, I've never seen a show focus on characters so well and develop them in a way that you're like, oh, they're just gonna do this. Like, oh no, that's not happening. Because like at the end of season 1, something happens. I'm like, well, I guess that's that. There's no coming back from that or something. When like that, this is gonna happen, and it's like you get that, but then it turns left again, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't see that coming at all. Like it does that in a way that's so satisfying and unexpected. So,
well, the thing that I'm now invested to see, and if you happen to be watching this show, and if you happen to also want to watch Arcane but haven't yet, I'm going to give you this time right now to navigate away or
mute us
or mute
and
me.
we'll wave when we're done.
You've been warned. There's no way that Powder / Jinx and Vi don't meet up again and have a big time fucking blowout. Because the way Vi treated Powder,
punched her,
and
Jesus.
Bitch slapped her right across her face and said mean things to her and whatever, which I get it. Heat of the moment.
Yeah.
A lot of shit happened. A lot of people fucking died.
Yeah.
I get it. But there's no fucking way that the two of them don't meet up and have a huge blowout, some kind of fight, either verbal and probably physical. So I'm very curious to see how that pans out. One thing I'm kind of disappointed about at this point is that Milo's dead, right?
Yeah.
He seemed pretty fucking dead.
no. Their friends are all dead.
I kind of wanted Powder to get badass and teach him a lesson.
Bitch slap the fuck out of Milo.
Kind of.
Well, he got his. He dead.
I mean, he real dead. He got that like pipe in the chest and then fucking building.
It's just like
fell on him.
so heartbreaking. That whole like last 5 to 10 minutes of the episode, it's like they're gonna get out. Oh, Powder.
Yeah.
No, and then like she comes like walking around the corner like,
did you see it? I did it. My monkey bomb worked.
Oh boy! And then she looks and like, oh no. Your friends are dead and Vander's dead. It's like, oh no, I just wanted to help.
I'm
like,
pissed about Vander being dead. I liked him. In that moment when I was watching that scene, I was like, oh, this is what you guys were talking about with how it's like emotionally not happy sometimes.
Spoiler alert! That's just like that's just note 1 of the song. That's another reason I really enjoy this show is like sometimes it gives you exactly what you want, but then it comes at a cost. It's like, why? It is an emotionally draining show. Well, that's the tip of the iceberg. It gets.
I don't know why I'm doing this then. But yeah, I guess
there are some moments where you're like, God, I fucking wanted that and I got it. Like there's a bunch of moments like that. We're like, yeah.
I guess that's why. I guess that's what I'm holding on to now is that I want to see the whatever happens between the two of them and to see how it plays out. Do they?
Oh, I just want to. I know everything that happens.
Like, do they make up? Do they say no? Fuck you. We're done forever. Does somebody kill somebody else? So there's just a lot of ways it could go, and I'm curious to see how that pans out. But I also just kind of wish that Powder got to punch Milo. So
she sort of does, like that one, like the whole shooting arcade thing. Like, oh, she should,
I guess,
just give her a gun.
I know. And it's probably petty, but I like it when underdogs become overdogs. And I like when they're able to say fuck you to people that always held them back or always said nasty things about them or made them feel the way they did. I don't know. Maybe that means I like revenge stuff.
I want to ask you, it's too early to ask you this, but right now, who's your favorite character? Because I like
Powder.
Yeah.
I loved Vander, but homeboy is 6 feet under now, so I'm pissed.
Wow.
But yeah,
I'll ask you again in like 3 to 4 episodes because I don't want to spoil the thing.
Well, and I like that moment. It's just the guy that looks like Tarkin.
Oh, Silco.
Like that moment, it was just so like ooh, the moment of like when she like after everybody's dead and Vi runs away or whatever happened to her.
Oh, she's taken away by the
she's taken away. And Powder's crying and she like throws herself at him. And that moment of like, do I break her neck or do I hug her? And then he just like embraces her and he's like, it's okay. I was like, ooh, yum. Like this is the direction we're going in. So that I thought that was
a super villain origin story. I want to say so many things, but I don't want to spoil it for you. But like, I really enjoy their dynamic, their relationship. I think a lot of people are just like, oh no, like certain things about Silco and Powder, but like I really like enjoy their dynamic.
Well, and also the question comes that just popped into my head is like, I mean, Silco,
yeah.
bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's another thing I enjoy, but it's like there is like what is bad and what is good.
Okay.
That's a really big topic this show tackles, and like people
very mysterious.
People like they fucking serpentine all over the place.
They toe the line of morality.
Like
maybe.
they're like that's the thing. Like, what is the line?
Or ethics.
Where is the line? What is the line? Like,
well, because I was wondering,
I
if he's like a bad guy, like the other question is, could Powder Jinx turn on him? Like, you know.
Oh God, I just want to like binge the show with you just so we can talk about it. Oh my God.
Could she turn on him? She could become strong enough to be like, you know, I don't fucking need you to do and tell me what to do. You know, shit like that. And maybe she'll be like, nobody tells me what to do no more. I'm fucking Jinx. I got blue hair.
Oh God, I just need you to watch
and then
one
maybe
more
she
episode.
teams up with her sister again, and maybe they kill him together. Wouldn't that be poetic? You know, the guy that kind of was the catalyst. He wasn't the catalyst driving them apart, but he helped definitely take Powder away from Vi.
Oh boy, I need you to like write all these theories down. So.
Don't need to. It's right here.
It's like I'm just like seething because I know how everything ends. I know who goes where. Oh,
because you know,
so good.
Vi did say that I can't live without you to Powder. So obviously the love is there, and maybe you know Vi will do some reflecting. Because obviously she acted in the heat of the moment. She was very emotional with all of, you know, her friends just fucking died. It was scary. Adrenaline's
her dad
running.
basically died in front of her.
Basically. And, you know, maybe after some time and reflection, she'll be like, wow, Powder was just trying to help. She's young. She's naive. I shouldn't have reacted that way. I should have blah, blah, blah. Maybe she reacts and goes, no, I need her back in my life. Like I said, I can't fucking live without her.
She sort of had that moment of reflection, like right before she got taken away.
Yeah.
That's what hurts the most.
Well, and it'll only settle in more with the longer that she's separated from Powder, Jinx. So yeah, you know, maybe she'll be on a crusade to turn Jinx back into Powder and have her back in her life and say, yeah, fucking Silco's just trying to use you to do his bidding and use you as a tool. You can think for yourself now. You're a big, strong, independent lady. And then maybe they'll turn on him and kill him or something.
Those are in season 1. I need to know.
9, 12.
Hold on.
11, 12. I'm going to say 12. No, 9. I'm going to say 9.
So you're only 3 episodes in. Season 1 has 9 episodes.
Got it.
And they're all like 40 minutes long.
Season 2 is complete.
Season 2 is totally wrapped up.
Was this the thing that it was like released incrementally, or they were all?
It was released in acts. So Act 1 had 3 episodes. Act 2 had 3 episodes. I waited until Act 2 was finished to start because there's only 9 episodes in season 2.
Is there going to be another season 3?
For this story, they're done. Which I'm upset and sort of glad they didn't, because like I hate it when shows just keep dragging. Like they intentionally don't write for the future just so they can see how long they can stretch the show out. I'm glad they ended it on like 2 seasons.
Like having a controlled plan.
Having a controlled plan. Like,
not just
I know where we want to go, and they divide up the story, and they're like, this is a story. Because like too many things are sequels now, and like they want to like just for money grabs. I'm glad that they had a plan. They told their story. I'm just saying that season 2, I think they could have like stretched out more and developed things more for it. I would think at the very most 4 seasons would have been good. But 1, I'm glad they didn't do that because they wouldn't stretch it out. And 2, it took season 1, including development, 7 years to complete. And
Jesus Christ.
And between season 1 and 2 was like 3 years to do. So it's like,
really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was like multiple years before we can get to season 2 because they had to work on it and everything, and complete like overall the 2 seasons, including development, it cost $270 million to make. So
Jesus Christmas.
And yeah, I'm glad for the sake of just production wise. And there was like a crew of like 8 people working on the show. So Are you looking at 1 year?
Season 1 was in 2021. And season 2 was in 2024?
Yeah, so it's 3 years between the 2 seasons.
Damn.
So
I feel like
I wouldn't want to wait another 3 years just to get season 3 and then another 3 years for season 4. So I'm glad for like, cause overworking people is such a huge problem in animation.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they were able to give the freedom to the artists to do what they want, because I was watching behind the scenes stuff on this, and it's like the amount of work that goes into this is ridiculous, because they have the 3D models they had to like shade in a certain way, but then after they animate everything, they go in and hand paint over everything, not everything, but certain like certain things they want to emphasize on. Because I don't know if you noticed this, but when smoke plumes, it's not like a digital 3D smoke. It's totally 2D animated smoke. Yeah. So it's like just like certain emphasis, like POWs and stuff like that. They do 2D animation, and it's like, wow, like knowing when to choose to paste over 2D animation over 3D animation is wild.
It's a fun, different style of animation.
I love the animation styles really kept me in it. And then of course episode 3 happens, and then certain episodes happen. I'm like, God, I love this show so much. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll keep watching. As long as I keep getting my feet rubbed.
You'll get your feet rubs.
I'll keep watching. And that counts for season 2 also.
And it's only 9 episodes. And they're all 40 minutes long. So
yeah, I'll watch it. I got to see what happens. I got to see if sisters make up. Or kill each other. I don't fucking know. We'll see what happens. But I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah, there are also certain characters that get introduced. Well, you already know them. It's just they get more screen time with certain characters. So
and maybe Magic Guy. Maybe Jace will come back.
Oh,
is he alive? He's alive.
Yeah, he's alive.
The little like mouse guy was like, "Do your magic, Jace. You got
Professor, what's his name? Oh my God, he has a high voice.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he was like, "Do your magic. Just don't tell them you're doing it."
No.
Right?
No, that you're thinking of the woman.
That's his mom. No.
You're the black woman? That she helps them. Who are you thinking about?
I don't even fucking know. His mom was there, and she said the thing to get him off the trial.
Oh yeah.
Or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But they were like, "Don't do magic," and he was like, "But I want to."
Oh, right? Are you thinking of the guy with the limp?
I don't know.
I already forgot his name too. God damn, I'm so bad with names.
I thought the magician guy that was on trial, that his mom said something, that was Jace. No.
Yeah, that's Jace. He's not a magician. He's a scientist.
But he does magic.
But he had that flashback where a wizard, a mage saved him, and that inspired him to sort of like control magic. It's basically scientify. Basically control magic through scientific means.
Yeah, well, maybe he can learn to resurrect and bring back Vander. That'd be pretty cool too.
I didn't say anything.
I mean, that would be cool.
I didn't say anything
because I liked him, and
no, but yeah, he at the end of episode 3, him and oh my God, what is his name? Victor. Oh my God, I love Victor. Victor's another one of my favorite characters.
Have I seen him yet?
Yeah, he's the guy that helped him stabilize Hextech. Hextech is the blue gem that they were playing with, and they ended up floating at the end of the episode. Yeah, he's him, and that moment, the end of episode 3 is them stabilizing magic basically, and they develop that's like the birth of Hextech. And you'll see where that leads in the next episode, because they jump forward like 10 years.
I know that purple shit's gonna come back. That
Shimmer?
Purple shit that makes people into super soldiers.
Shimmer, yeah,
that's coming back, no doubt. Maybe pepper, powder. Maybe Powder will drink it, and then she'll become a super soldier, and do all the things she couldn't do before. Maybe she still has those blue gems that she can throw at people too with her monkey bombs.
No, she blew those up. The 3 that she stole from she used them all.
Oh, damn.
She dumped all of them into the monkey and then put one in the spiky things. That's why it was a huge explosion.
Because he kept hitting it with his symbols.
Yeah. Like just that's another thing. That's another thing. It's like Powder. Just one would have sufficed. You didn't need all 5 of them.
A little bit of overkill. But what was baby girl to do? She didn't know.
She had to prove herself.
They were just pretty shiny rocks. She didn't know what they were gonna do.
She knew exactly what she was doing. Just
I guess. She just did her best. Everybody died, but she did her best.
Did you see me? It worked. It's like, oh no.
Yeah, that was a pretty heartbreaking moment. Like, did you see it? It finally worked.
It's like,
and Vaya's just like,
Powder,
bitch, get over here. I got a fresh backhand.
Oh my god, there's so much about the show I love. I just want to I want you to finish it, and I want to get back on the show and talk about it because it's just like, it's so good. It's so good. The one gripe I have sometimes about the show, though, I will say, is like they have to like inject music where it's not like.
My one gripe about the show is that the theme song is Imagination Dragons. And I'm like, oh, this is just a ploy for you to make me listen to their music. Oh.
I skip the intro every single time.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm not an Imagination.
No, because like I don't think you remember, but when the first time you go down and see the Undercity, they play this music. It's like, God, it ruins it. It's like it's so unnecessary to have this music like laid over this right now. But I think in season 2 they do a better job of it. Well, so
hopefully it's by another artist.
No, they keep the same opening theme song. It's a different animation though.
Well, at least I can skip it. Not my thing.
And a great thing, I really wanted to rewatch it too because like I'm seeing all these things on TikTok and like Instagram. It's like, hey, did you notice this? That this harkens back to this. I'm like, I want to go back and watch it and be like, because there's certain things that certain characters when they get introduced, I'm like, aha, I saw that. I noticed that. Foreshadowing.
I just thought of something else we should have talked about.
What?
Rivals.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that. We don't have time. We got time.
No, not really.
Why not?
I got shit to do.
Okay, well.
I have deadlines, baby.
I got deadlines too, baby girl.
A good story for another time.
We'll talk about Rivals when we're pros at it.
A new video game that we have been playing that is acceptable to me. It is acceptable to me. I will play it.
He is the goodest little boy.
I do love Jeff the Land Shark with all of my being.
I love watching people play him. I don't. Well, no. Let me say it again. I like him as a character. Don't like playing against him. Oh shit.
I feel like in order to play him a bit more effectively, I need to know maps better because I need to know where I can spit people out over cliffs. Anyways, we'll talk about that another time because it's a new game recently released, like fully. It was beta for a while. Yeah. But it's out now. And I believe this coming weekend, they're going to enter into a winter event, a Christmassy type holiday event.
It's not live? I thought it was already live.
I think it's live on the 20th, if I'm not mistaken. And my sweet little water dog.
Little water puppy.
Puppy boy, land shark, Jeff, I believe he's going to be getting a free skin that I will be snatching up. If I can't have that pink shark sweater.
You put a shark sweater on the shark?
Then I will take whatever the free skin is.
You can also talk about how all the people are bitching and arguing about
a good conversation for the next time. That's what we'll do. But until then, we got some shit to do coming up.
Yeah, until then, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Rogueleaderdrew. If you listen to this on audio form, please follow the feed and rate us.
I have disabled
Twitter? No, X.
Wait.
You deactivated your...
Deactivated. Oh my God. I was like, I couldn't get out. Deactivated out of my head.
Oh boy.
Deactivated. I disabled my Twitter account.
Fuck you, Alma.
Remember that TikTok I sent you of that guy pretending to be Elon? And he was like, no, don't call it Twitter. That's just what I think of now every time.
Hey, what's your daughter's name, by the way?
I deactivated my Twitter.
Me, Elon Ma.
Yeah, I don't have my Twitter no more. I never fucking post on Instagram. I only have Facebook because of all the pictures that I have on it. And I lurk on TikTok. So good luck if you want to follow me anywhere. Because I don't do anything.
Yeah. But if you're watching on YouTube.
But if you're watching on YouTube, you can like, comment, and subscribe and click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner to see we do things on the YouTubes.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the RAD Cast. We'll see you guys next time.